Hi everyone. If you're tired of worrying about losing all your WordPress files, losing your website, then this is the video for you. We're going to go step by step through the process of backing up and restoring a WordPress website, and we're going to discuss several different ways to do that. So we're going to have a manual and an automatic method for you. I'm not going to show you the automatic method, but I will tell you how to do it, and there are a couple ways. So let's get started. So the first one we're going to go over is all-in-one WP migration. Now, I love this one because, one, you get a backup, and you can save that backup on your computer. So you always have a backup separate from the host, separate from your website. Everything is on your computer, and as the name implies, you can migrate it. So it can work as a backup or migration. If you ever need to move to a new host, you're all good as gold. You can just move it to a new host, or you can do migration from a local development computer like I do often and move the finished website to the host. So it has a lot of really cool features, very helpful. So if you look here, then you can see this is the all-in-one WordPress all-in-one WP migration. You have advanced options here. So if you look here, you can set this. So sometimes if I just want to do a database backup, I'll do this and I'll get rid of everything except for the database. In this one, we're going to go ahead and do a full backup, so we don't need to check any of that. So all we're going to do is we're going to click File. The other options are available with the paid version, but even if we had that option, that's not what we want. We want the file because I want this on my computer. So I'm going to click File. Now, I'll talk to you about some of the other stuff while this is going, but one very important thing is you have to stay on this page when you're doing the backup, and you have to stay on this page when you're doing a restore. You don't want a partial restore. It's going to be a problem. So just let the program run, let it finish. Now I'm going to talk to you about doing a manual backup from your web host. So you can use your web host. Many of them, especially if they're using cPanel, have an option where you can back up your database or even your entire home directory. So that's another way for you to make a backup of your website. You can even download those backups from my host. I use A2 hosting. So there you can see this is on my local system, but very fast on my local system. Most hosts will also run very fast. So we're going to click download, and then you just choose a place to put it. I'm just going to put it here on my server, and there you go. Let it download, and now you have a backup of your website. Now you're going to see here that we have two backups, one from 6 months ago and the one we just did. Now you can do a restore of that file. So here you see what the website looks like. When you do a restore, you just click import and you search for the file that you downloaded. Now we're just going to go back to the server, and it's going to be right there on the server here. Ends with WPress, and we're going to load that. Now again, this is very important. Do not leave the page. You do not want a partial import. It's going to be a problem. So just don't do it. It doesn't mean there's no hope, because you can always reinstall WordPress, reinstall all-in-one WordPress migration, and save your site. I've done it. It's not a big deal, but it does take time. So just let it finish, and it'll import everything. It'll all be done. So let's go ahead and talk about another solution that I'm not going to show you, and that's automatic backups. So there are programs that will do automatic backups, and I'm going to show you one of them. I'm going to list it in the description box below. So Updraft Plus. So they have a free option to do a backup to your Google Drive. So that is a great way because you can choose what, when, everything, and it'll back up to your Google Drive. All right, back to here. We're going to click proceed. And again, very important, just let it finish. So back to Updraft Plus. You can schedule backups. So for example, a lot of the sites that I manage, I will set the backup schedule according to when major updates are done. So if I figure the website is going to be updated once a month, then I'll do that. Once 6 months, it just depends on the client. So our main website, I have it scheduled to do a complete backup of all the files every 2 weeks and a complete backup of the database every week. So really good. All right, now see, that has finished, and you're going to see something right here. Save permalink structure. This is very important. Every time you do one of these migrations, you need to go in and save the permalinks. So it's really easy to do, and we're going to show you what that looks like. So we're going to go ahead and log out, and then we're going to log back in, and the site is exactly the way it was. You can see it's completely functional. The only thing we need to do now is we need to go in, and Chrome is acting up. So we need to go in and we need to go to the permalinks under settings. And all we're going to do is just click Save Changes. We're not changing anything, but we need to click Save Changes just to make sure that all of the permalinks and the structure is updated because we just migrated. And that's it for all-in-one WordPress migration. It's really that simple to do the backups. Now, if your host limits how much space you have, you don't need to keep all of these on the host. You can keep one there, maybe two, but I like to have it on my computer. So make sure you do that. So let's wrap this up with using your host, especially if you have cPanel, but there are other hosts with control panels that can do manual backups, and some hosts do regular backups on their own. So they do automatic backups. It usually depends on the host, the level of hosting you're paying for. If it's a very low cost host, you're probably not getting that feature. But the more you pay, the more chance there is that they're doing regular backups, daily, weekly, something. So check that out. Go to your host's support, call your host, chat with your host, however you want to do it. Find out if there are regular backups being made. Now, I wouldn't rely on that solely. This feature that I just showed you with all-in-one WP migration allows you to switch hosts. If the host goes down for some reason, if anything ever happens, you could always go to a new host and very quickly get your site back up. So that's a very good option. So that's why, because in case there's a problem with your site, you want to have that file to restore it. And so you can do manual restorations like that. With Updraft Plus, you can do the restorations within the control panel or the dashboard of your website. So you can look that up, see what you think about Updraft Plus. I use both on my website, and I think that's satisfactory. I also do about once every 6 months or something, I'll do full backup on the host. Now, if I didn't use all-in-one WordPress migration or WP migration, I would probably do it more often, but because I have these backups on my computer, then I don't feel the need to do it as often. But you do need a backup. You got to have a plan. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Leave a comment, like the video, smash that subscribe button, and let us know if you have anything you want to see. If you have a WordPress question that you would like us to answer in a video, some kind of how-to, let us know. Have a great day.